Well, welcome. I'm speaking today with Donna from SoCal Gas.
Hi, Tim. It's great to be here with you today. I was the Director of Organizational Effectiveness at SoCal Gas for 8 years.
What were you looking for in a partner when you were having the conceptualization of the program that you wanted to build?
I was really looking for a world class university with a world class faculty, and then also a partner who could both work with us and allow us to customize a program and help us elevate to the next level. And then a partner who could grow with us because when we started the program, we didn't really know where it was going to go. Our initial goals were to align this team, develop them, help them be better leaders, business leaders, and individual leaders, and build team cohesion. So, another important aspect for us and a partner was somebody local, have some place where our team could go. It was really important for us to be on campus so we could have that campus experience, being someplace special, embarking on a journey that was about higher education, about elevating ourselves, and the rigor that goes along with being on a campus.
What was it about a university compared to a training company that was the distinction?
Wanting to make sure that we had a view of content that was partially research based, but also would allow our participants to think outside of the box. Executive education was important because we have all adult learners and executives.
Oh, that's a good point. With the executive MBAs, we have a faculty who understands the needs of this audience. There is something to be said for getting out of your daily environment. And you and I both know that Josh Burson, one of the business analysts who speaks a lot to the HR community, talks about learning in the flow of work. And there
Right.
certainly is a place for the learning of the flow of work. I need it right now, I need it today. But when you're talking about the kind of development that you are, where it's that stretch and it has to do with succession planning, there really is something to be said for getting out of your daily work environment and coming into a learning environment that's pretty rigorous and intense.
What we wanted to do is not just pull people out for a week or two and download all sorts of content for them and then have them go back and try to apply it. What we wanted to do is intentionally set up what they would be learning and then give them time to come back to work and integrate that with what they were doing. So the action learning projects were a really important component for us. And how we set that up was we actually asked the executive team for what are the business issues that would benefit from having this interaction of the leaders in the company who have some knowledge or could gain knowledge within the company and that external influence from the university program. The action learning projects gave the participants something tangible to work on, and the business, the company, and the executives a real easy way to connect with the program and see the value in the program and advance work, big buckets of work that needed to be done. The high impact learning journey and the platform was a hundredfold improvement over what we were doing before.
You know, you'd mentioned about the action learning projects. Can you speak to the importance of having senior leadership as part of the design process and the buy-in?
Our executive support started at the CEO level, even from the inception of the program, and continued all the way through. And so I think in the beginning we had support at a very high level, and then it just kept growing as they got more and more engaged and saw the results and got more excited to bring more projects to us.
It was brilliance on your part to make sure they were part of the presentations and the graduation ceremony, to loop them in on the back end to see the progression of these cohorts and the development. You know, as I think about succession planning, there's nothing better than seeing the development at that final presentation and wow, there's some significant growth in these individuals. At least that's what I experienced
Yes.
as I got to participate in this. And I think that also highlights something that we take pride in when we work with an organization is we start with the business results that our client company is trying to achieve. It's never about what's our content and what can we push at you. It's what's this client trying to solve for?
Our needs changed over time as well. And some of the content areas we added in the first cohort became less important as we learned more about content, about ourselves, about the sophistication of our leaders. And so we changed the content as time went on to best reflect the company's needs. And you and your team were 100% in.
In March 2020, we all said, oh, we got the announcement, we're going to have to work from home. Oh, yeah, in a couple of weeks, we'll be back to work. We held off as long as we could and finally said, you know what, this program's too important. We need to move forward with doing it virtually.
It was challenging and scary to move to virtual and all the unknowns at the time. And I think what really made the difference for virtual for us was the faculty, and particular highlight for Sean Hyatt, bringing the level of energy and enthusiasm to the work, to the content, to the cohort. Your team pivoted so swiftly to virtual and so enthusiastically that we didn't miss a beat.
You were one of the clients that took advantage of filling in the gaps, I guess I want to say, with taking advantage of our open enrollment classes.
We could not build everything that we need and wouldn't want to build everything that we need because we're also operating from our own set of understanding. and that's where a partnership like this is really helpful in filling in those gaps. You've got world-class faculty and faculty who teach in open enrollment that we didn't have teach in our program. And so our participants would have the benefit of the best of both worlds.
It really does expand the portfolio with, like you say, not having to have that internal development, but able to tap into expertise. Would there be any advice to an organization that might be at that beginning phase that you were?
I think whoever's leading the program has to have a level of enthusiasm and passion for the program because that becomes infectious.
Donna, I want to thank you again for taking the time to be with us today and wish you continued success on your new chapter.
Thank you so much, Tim.
To find out more about USC Executive Education, visit us online.